Good evening. Here is the world news from our studio BGI TV, Babapa Gede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Buhari condemns gruesome killings in Kaduna. FG releases 1 billion naira grants to 4 states for pilots ranching. Keyamo discloses major cause of terrorism, banditry, corruption in Nigeria. Timothy Adeboye, don't allow Adeboye die in custody. Family petitions IG. Fulani Association warns Christians in Nigeria state to close church during Yuletide. Armed robbers invade Ibadan Polytechnic, shoot lecturer. Detained guardians denied season 5-month-old baby over hospital bill. Police arrest gang for killing corp, kidnapping customs officers and his relative. And from the foreign parts, doctor, friend planning travel to US murdered in Abuja. Boric elected as youngest ever president of Chile. And to sports, Osimhens now to return January 16 against Bologna. Rafael Nadal tests positive for COVID-19. Now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the renewed killings by gunmen in Kaduna State. According to a statement signed by Adeboye, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, on Sunday, President Buhari particularly condemned the gruesome incident in Kauran Fawa, Marke and Ruhia of Idasu, ward of Giwa local government area, saying it was really saddened by them. The president's reaction came shortly after his return from Istanbul on Sunday. Bandits within the week had also killed residents in Zangokatav, Chikun, Brenungwari, Igabi, and Kauru local government area of the state. He also extended his condolences to the government of Kaduna State and the people in the affected local governments. In addition, he also sent the nation's condolence to the people of Zonkwa Chibdom and the family of His Highness Nuhu Bature, the Agwam Kaju, on his demise. He prayed for the repose of the souls of the deceased.
The president, according to a statement signed by the senior special assistant to the president of media and publicity, Garba Shehu, particularly condemned the gruesome incidents in Kauran Fawa, Marke and Ruhia of Idasu ward of Giwa local government area.
The federal government has released 1 billion naira seed grants to Nasarawa, Plateau, Adamawa, and Kaduna states for the development of pilot ranches in their domains as part of measures to halt clashes between herders and farmers. It was learned on Sunday that the fund was released after about 22 state governors indicated interest in developing ranches in their states. On October 27, 2021, the fund exclusively reported that no fewer than 22 states had written to federal government to indicate interest in the National Livestock Transformation Program. The senior special assistant to the president on agriculture, Andrew Kwasari, who also coordinates the NLTP, had told correspondent at the time that the federal government would start disbursing funds for model ranches in the next 1 week. According to him, states whose governors had written the federal government include Kaduna, Benue, Taraba, Adamawa, Plateau, Zamfara, Kano, Ondo, Katsina, Bauchi, Yobe, Borno, Gombe, Nasara, Niger, Sokoto, Ekiti, Kogi, Ebonyi, and Kwara. Following incessant clashes between farmers and herders, the federal government in 2018 came up with various ranches models, including Ruga, and the NLTP to settle nomadic herdsmen who are most Fulanis. Keyamo disclosed that unemployment is a remote cause of insecurity in Nigeria. Festus Keyamo, the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, has disclosed one of the major causes of banditry, terrorism, and corruption in Nigeria. He, however, noted that the federal government was working to address the issue of terrorism and unemployment in the country. Keyamo disclosed this at an empowerment program held in
àti
Jos.
kan ògiri ó má ti kẹ́yìn gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀yìn mọ́ ó fẹ́ ni o.
Saying he was really saddened by them.
The minister saying, "You will all agree with me that unemployment is one of the remote causes of banditry, terrorism, corruption, and other forms of criminality." Insecurity has continued to plague Nigeria, with the northern part of the country experiencing more activities of banditry. States like Niger, Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto, Borno, and Zamfara have all suffered from banditry and terrorism. The family of Chief Rahman Adeboye, owner of Hilton Hotel Ile-Ife, has petitioned the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Usman Al-Kani Baba, not to allow him to die in police custody, alleging that efforts by his lawyers to secure his bail have been thwarted continuously since his arrest on November 15th. In a press statement signed by one of its lawyers, Mr. Uriah Lawal, the family urged the police to grant him bail or take him to court so he can prove his innocence. According to the statement, Chief Adeboye is said to have spent over 30 days in the police detention since the reported death of late Mr. Adegoke in Hilton Hotel. The statement states that his only offense so far, if it is a crime, is that he owes the hotel despite all proven facts that he is not involved in its day-to-day operations. His lawyers have expressed frustration about the bail process as the police keep introducing one flimsy condition after the other each time the bail issue is raised. In a document, members of the Fulani Association who are planning to launch war against Christian religion claimed responsibility of the unanimous and anonymous letter. Christians in Nigeria's Zamfara state have been cautioned against public worship in churches lest they be attacked, abducted, and their places of worship touched. The warning for which a Fulani Association claims responsibility is contained in the letter circulated by the Office of the State Police Commissioner. The commissioner has already alerted its divisions formations for immediate, proactive action and deployment of men at churches, especially during services. The police leadership in Zamfara said in reaction to what it described as an anonymous letter threatening the launch attack on churches, especially churches located at the outskirts of the metropolis. The threatening letter was delivered to police headquarters in Gusau, the state capital, November 19th. In the document, members of the Fulani Association who are planning to launch war against Christian religion claimed responsibility of the anonymous letter. Information gathered that the armed robbers invaded the north campus of the institution in the early hours of Monday, as some armed robbers have invaded the Polytechnic Ibadan. The armed robbers during the invasion stormed some flats housing some lecturers of the institution. Correspondent gathered information that one of the lecturers in the institution, identified as Emmanuel Okedara, was shot. It was gathered that property worth millions of naira were carted away by the armed robbers. Findings by Daily Post revealed that the victim is currently in an undisclosed hospital. The public relations officer of the institution, Al-Aji Sholadoye Adewale, confirmed the incident to Daily Post on Monday. Sholadoye, in a telephone conversation with Daily Post, noted that the institution has put necessary security arrangements in places to forestall future occurrences. But we have built up security in the campus. A Lagos-based couple, Mr. and Mrs. Oti Ubonaya, has denied seizing a 5-month-old baby from the teenage mother, Gift Nwafo, of unpaid hospital bill. The couple alleged that Nwafo, who was their maid, abandoned her baby and went clubbing, leaving the child to suffer malnutrition, which culminated in the eventual death of the baby. The guardians, now detained at the Divisional Police Station Aja, spoke in an exclusive interview with Punch Live over the weekend. Photos of a dark, emaciated baby had gone viral days ago, with many social media users and activists, including Harrison Wamnishu of a non-governmental organization behind bars accusing the guardians of seizing the baby from the mother and denying the child of nutritional needs till death. But the couple, who has since been arrested by the Lagos State Police Command, denied the allegations. According to them, they brought the 18-year-old from a village in Abia State on January 20th, 2021 to babysit their toddler and serve as a housemaid, only to discover that she was pregnant. The Nigerian Police Intelligence Response Team, Taraba State Police Command, has arrested 11 kidnapped suspects. The gang members were said to have killed a police sergeant, Ogidi Abu, in Jalingo, and also abducted a customs officer and a relative of the emir of Jalingo. The suspects are Luka Adam, Shaibu Nuhu, Moses Amos, Peters Mashi, Ahmadu Malam, Adamu Mohammed, Dahiru Delha, Gambo Isa, Senusi Ahmadu, Malam Mauludu, and Ibrahim Idi, all indigents of Taraba State. 7 AK-47 rifles, 2 Beretta pistols, 121 rounds of live ammunition of different caliber, 4 magazines, masks, illicit drugs, and other incriminating items were reportedly recovered during the raid on the hideouts. The force spokesman, Frank Umba, confirmed the incident on Sunday in a statement titled "Police Tackle New Trend of Kidnapping in Taraba Community. Arrest 11 notorious kidnappers, recover 7 AK-47 rifles, live ammunitions." An Abuja-based radiologist, Dr. Obialo Ibe, and his yet-to-be-identified friend have been reportedly murdered in his residence in Games Village area of the Federal Capital Territory. The victims were said to have been murdered last Wednesday between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. There are, however, 2 accounts of the incidents. One of the accounts stated that the victims were murdered by some yet-to-be-identified persons, while another account accused the slain Ibe's house help of killing him and his friend. One Antonio Ogo on Facebook, quoting Ibe's younger sister, Adana, said the slain doctor was slated to leave for the United States of America with his friend the day they were murdered. He added that they were stabbed several times in the chest and abdomen, while Ibe's new car, luggage, and some documents were taken away. You are watching the world news from BGI TV, and we are about bringing to you the foreign story. The streets of Santiago erupted in celebration Sunday after leftist millennial Gabriel Boric became Chile's youngest ever president-elect with an unexpectedly large victory over his far-right rival in a polarizing race. Boric, 35, garnered nearly 56% of votes compared to 44% for ultra-conservative Jose Antonio Cast, who conceded even before the final result was known. Tens of thousands of Chileans took to the streets of the capital and other cities after Cast's concession, honking car horns in approval, brandishing Boric placards, waving the rainbow LGBTQ flag, and shouting "Viva Chile." Fireworks light the skies for hours to end. "I'm thrilled, I'm crying with joy," we dealt a blow to fascism. Pharmacy worker Janice Eriks, 45, told AFP, with more joyful stories to celebrate the youngest president-elect in Chile. Now to sports story. Napoli's Victor Osimhens could return to action by mid-January when the Partenopi face Bologna in their quest to win the Serie A title for the first time in 3 decades. The Nigerian international suffered multiple fractures in his face after a clash with Inter defender Milan Skriniar on November 21st in their 3-2 loss to the Serie A champions. Despite initial suggestions that the striker would be out for 90 days after his surgery, the Partenopi were optimistic that the Nigerian striker could return in the mouth-watering clash against AC Milan at the San Siro Stadium on Sunday. Unfortunately, the 22-year-old was unable to feature, having just resumed training with a proactive mask. Rafael Nadal said Monday he has tested positive for COVID-19 on his return to Spain from Abu Dhabi, where he took part in an exhibition tournament last week. I am now confined at home and have informed the people who had been in contact with me, he wrote on his Twitter handle. The Spanish former world number one had been due to fly to Melbourne later this month to compete in an ATP event ahead of the Australian Open. That was the world news from BGI TV, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines once again. Buhari condemns gruesome killings in Kaduna. FG releases 1 billion naira grants to 4 states for pilot ranching. Keyamo discloses major cause of terrorism, banditry, corruption in Nigeria. We also brought to you Timothy Adeboye. Don't allow Adeboye die in custody. Family petitions IG. Fulani Association warns Christians in Nigerian states to close churches. Armed robbers invade Ibadan Polytechnic, shoots lawyer. I beg your pardon, lecturer. We also brought to you the 10 guardians deny season 5-month-old baby over hospital bills. Police arrest gang for killing core, kidnapping customs officers, emir's relation. Doctor friend planning travel to US murdered in Abuja. And we brought to you from the foreign angle, Boric elected as youngest ever president of Chile. And sports, Osimhens now to return January 16th against Bologna. And finally, Rafael Nadal tests positive for COVID-19. You can link up on our YouTube handle, Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates of our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of goods and services and products, coverage of event and function, the phone number on the screen is the direct number to the marketing department for bookage. Thank you for watching. I am yours faithfully, Morire Repilalawa.